All right, we are going to go ahead and get started. Hello and welcome back, everyone. We are picking up once again with Ezra and Gale for their second litter. And starting off once again in Lost River, where, of course, a wolf's life is about one thing, passing on his genes to the next generation. All else, from hunting elk to defending a territory, drives toward this single goal. You and your mate survived the hazards of the wilderness long enough to meet each other, form a bond, and survive the winter. Now you can try to realize this goal. With pups of your own, you and your mate will become the breeding pair, sometimes called alphas of your pack. Their survival and the survival of your genetic code will be your responsibility. Even with all the dangers you've faced to reach this point, your real struggle has only just begun. Let's go ahead and jump in. I think the Twitch notifications just went out, so welcome to everybody who's just getting here. We are back with Ezra and Gale, and oh man, what the frick did we call their pack? Oh goodness, I don't remember what their pack name was. Does somebody want to go look that up? I always forget that it doesn't autofill when we start over, and starting over we are because we had some discussion in the sub-server, and y'all wanted to see Ezra head over to this area instead of he was hanging out by the cattle ranch this last time. So we're gonna have him and Gale be over here, but it's not gonna carry over the pack name. So, rip but welcome everyone. White Claw pack. Oh, wait, is that Ezra's or is that was that Frodo? I thought that was Frodo. It might be white. I don't know. I don't remember anything. My memory is garbage, and when it does give me some helpful things, yeah, it was a good name. When it does give me helpful things, it's usually, that's not right, and I'm just like, but what is then? And it's like, I don't know. Like, that just doesn't help me. Lost Fog, that's the one. Okay, thank you, Rain. Oh my goodness. Alright, we've got a nearby den. I have to remember what dens are even in this area because, goodness sakes, it's been a bit since we've been over here. We will be over in this area again. Some of you guys are pointing out that this is where Vixie has been hanging out. We will be coming back to Vixie's series on the main channel actually probably pretty soon. I'm just kind of winding down some of the newer series that we've been working on to focus on the new updates, and then we'll be jumping back in to finish out Vixie's story. That one kind of got caught in like, I don't know, hiatus heck, I guess. Sometimes if there's a series that's running when I end up taking a bit of a break, sometimes it gets a little bit lost in the shuffle for a bit. So I'm going to be working on trying to bring some of those back. We just had some new updates that I wanted to cover with Wayfinders, but we will be returning to them. I open them immediately in Stranger Wolf territory. I'm just looking for some of the dens that I know are in this area, but I think we left the area where the dens are. Let's just start marking in the Grants Glen, Little Yellowstone area, and be thinking about where in this area exactly you do want to see Ezra settle. But yeah, if you want the chance to get in on the sub-server that I mentioned, it is open to all supporters of the JayPlays channel through YouTube, Twitch subscriptions, or through Patreon. But this month it is actually September here on Twitch, so there's a discount for Twitch subs, and of course they're still available. I think they're still available through Amazon Prime. If you have Prime, you get one free Twitch sub per month, and so if you're interested in joining in with that, you can support the channel and have the chance to connect with other members of the community and hang out and chat. Oh, hi, Evie. Bye, Evie. Evie is here, or she was here, but she has left us. She has ventured out, probably to complain about not having food because she just ate the food in her bowl. I did see her go eat before this, so she's probably gonna go fuss that her bowl is empty because she ate her food. This is what she does. This is how I live. Unfortunately, she has taken to getting me up at 7:30 in the morning because she wants to be fed, which is unfortunate because her breakfast is at 9, and it's been at 9 for several months. I did not change when I feed her. She just decided, but what if I got food earlier, and I don't really know what to do with that because, like, I can't really acknowledge that because if I start feeding her at 7:30, then she's going to keep getting me up at 7:30, so I can't feed her when she does this. But But she also does not stop yelling just because I'm not getting out of bed. She will yell for an hour and a half straight until I feed her at 9, and so in this situation, everyone loses. Where is this den? Am I going insane? This is the den that Vixie has, isn't it? Is it this rock? Oh, it might be this rock. Hello? No, it's not. Where in the world? What? Or am I... Oh, wait a minute. Is it the... Oh, it might be... Oh, this is... Oh, it's right here. It's this den. Okay, I forgot that this is the den. Hey, thank you for the resub, Genesty. Alright, yeah, Evie is a goof. I love her. I will tease her on stream sometimes because she is a goof. But she is my beloved goof, and I would not... I cannot imagine a world without her. She's my baby, even if she drives me crazy and bites me. Mother, why have thou forsaken me? For real, though. Like, goodness, this cat has the constant energy of just this historical regal like her full name is Lady Evelyn because that is how she carries herself. She carries herself like a disparaged medieval lady. I swear to goodness. She just she acts like she is the queen. She runs this household and she knows it. She does not pay rent. but she acts like she runs the place. And that is just how cats are. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm just kind of starting to mark here, but I'm gonna try to go looking for some of the other dens around here too. I know some of them. I know there's quite a few north of the back 40. Because that's also kind of the area where Crow was hanging out. Well, I think some of them are further south. I don't know. I didn't play as much in Lost River for a bit when Amethyst Mountain came out. Well, not. I mean, obviously it's been around, but like when the Den update for it came out, so we played there. At least, well, I guess we didn't actually play that many times on Amethyst Mountain, but we played there for a bit. We went back to Slog Creek with Cassia, so we haven't done as much in Lost River until we started up again with Pigeon, so it's been a little bit. Considering how she likes to stay chubby, I don't think she's disparaged, so to say. She's probably more of a rich girl. Certainly, she lives like it. She just acts like she's in a period drama. She does! She really does. Your favorite den is the carnival, because yeah, the carnival den is something else. It really is. I have mixed feelings on it because on the one hand it is such a creative and unique idea, and on the other hand it is genuinely terrifying. It is probably the most unique den on this map, and that is saying something. It is definitely a time. But yeah, I think Evie, she might actually be watching out my front window right now. She does like to just hang out in here quite frequently. If she's not sleeping in my closet at this time of day, she'll usually just sprawl like right behind my chair, but she also sits really close to my chair, which is kind of scary because I have a rolling chair, and I'm like, I always have to check around. Like, it's like trying to merge lanes in traffic. I have to look over both my shoulders all the way back to make sure that there's not a cat laying conveniently out of sight who's gonna get her tail run over whenever I move my chair. It's like trying to merge into traffic on the freeway. It is. Cats will always find new ways of keeping you on their toes. Hello, thanks for joining us, Joltix. Still need to find and use the plain den at some point. Honestly, for a bit there, I thought maybe that was where Pigeon was gonna end up. Like, that was originally what the thought in the back of my head was, is maybe she'll use that den, because we've not had a wolf who's used that den before. But she did not gravitate towards that area, so I guess we're gonna have to have another wolf use the plain den at some point. But, historically in, like, personal canon, that den is the one that Peregrine would have grown up at. That is the one that her parents have been at in Lost River when I played through bits of their story. So I've had wolves who've used it, just none on camera. It is a very cool den. There is, yeah, I don't know. At this point, I think some spoilers are going to be a given. Lost River's been out for almost a year at this point, so I'm probably just going to talk about things, but there is at somewhere out here on the map. I could not spoil its location even if I wanted to, because I genuinely don't remember. It's just somewhere like somewhere on the other side of Blades Peak, I think. Spoilers doesn't bother you. Okay, good. I'm like, some people, I know how, do not. I know how it is to, like, care about spoilers even a long time after something has come out. Like, I've had that happen. In fact, like, I don't know, I'm still, like, dodging spoilers from a show from, what, the 90s at this point, trying to avoid getting that spoiled for me. So sometimes, you know, I get it. It's just harder to avoid it when there's this expectation that, oh, most people have seen it by now. Hi, Bison, indeed. There's more than one crashed plane, though. What happened at this place, Devs? Please tell us. I love the Lost River lore because it gives you, like, just enough to have wild theories and not enough to confirm any of them. And that's such a fun way to do a map like this, to just leave so much of it up to player imagination, because, like, WolfQuest doesn't have canon storyline to it. It's not like a game where you actually have to use the environmental storytelling to feed into the main plot. WolfQuest doesn't have a main plot. It's an open-ended game. The main plot is what you make of it. So for something like this, it's a really cool way of letting players kind of create their own lore around it. I think it was a really smart decision for the map, but it does kind of leave you wondering. I don't know, maybe it was a beaver apocalypse. I know that has been a popular theory. Oh my goodness, game theory. The main plot is survive. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. I have to say, though, I was thinking about this earlier. Oh, there's some dogs running. I really, really, really like... Are those just coyotes? Those are just coyotes. I really, really like the new territory configs, and not for the reason you might expect, because we've now had a couple of stories where the wolf didn't end up staying in the area that the territory config would have expected them to, and that's created some super interesting conflicts with the neighboring packs that wouldn't have happened otherwise because their placements would have been different. So I really like that option. I think that it has added a lot of potential to the game, because then you get really, really interesting stories, like, you know, Pigeon completely left the area she started out in. She started out in this area up here, and she migrated all the way down here. Or Cassia and her story going all the way across the map and ending up really, really deep into Stranger Wolf territory because of it, and having to try to carve out this niche for herself there. Like, you know, you get really interesting plot lines that don't happen with the default configs, because the original ones were placed with the territories where they expected the players wouldn't want to be most of the time, which is smart. I don't think that was a bad decision, but I think having multiple territory configurations really opens up a lot of really interesting doors, and I'm excited to play around more with that. I think that's something that will hopefully feature in future stories, too. I think it creates some fascinating potential. Being able to sit shoulder to shoulder to more packs is very interesting, yeah, for sure. Your reigning theory about Lost Rivers BCE did something super illegal, but the evacuation happened as some kind of government cover-up. I think that there's a lot of implied backing to something like that, because there's all of those messages about BCE doing apparently controversial things, judging by the number of people who were protesting them. And then, of course, we have Floppy Moose as evidence. So I definitely think there's canon backing that BCE could very easily have been involved in whatever the heck it was that happened here. the beaver apocalypse is a funnier theory. Maybe it was both. Maybe BCE created super mutant beavers that started taking over Lost River. For, you know what, for Halloween, the devs are free to steal this idea. I don't know if they watch my streams or not. I know they've watched some of my videos. Sometimes WolfQuest will comment, occasionally, usually when I cover big updates or whatever. But, you know, if you're seeing this, devs, it would be very funny. Halloween is coming up. It'd be super funny to just hide, like, a giant beaver skeleton somewhere in the map and not acknowledge it. It would be so funny. You are free to steal this idea if you want to. I don't know if they will. They probably won't. But it would be funny, though. It can't be radiation like everyone seems to think, because then the cattle ranchers would be out of business because no one would buy radioactive milk. Yeah, like, I definitely think that some of the concepts here were probably based off of, like, you know, the obvious place where we've seen something like this happen in real life would be Chernobyl, which is awful, but it, you know, it left a lot of towns abandoned in a similar sense. But the area is still pretty radioactive, even to this day. And although wildlife has survived and stuff, most people did not or should not stick around in that area. So, you know, I think the fact that we do have the cattle ranch on this map, I think that's a good point, that it's probably not just straight up radiation, it probably was something else. Well, and then there's, you know, again, a little bit of spoilers here, there's their whole motto is remaking the world one molecule at a time. So it sounds like that's maybe more some kind of, maybe not even genetic manipulation, maybe more like altering the structure of reality kind of level of hacking around and finding out. And, you know, like, that's a solid moral for any kind of, I guess, this wouldn't be, is it science fiction? Would that be what it might be science fiction. I don't know. It's pretty solid moral of a story that humans really aren't made to be gods. We're not meant to play God. We should not be doing that. And I don't know. I have a limited belief in the ability of humans to cause certain catastrophes that feature prominently in science fiction. But then there are other areas when I'm definitely looking at certain developments, even in the modern world, and going, why are we doing this? This doesn't seem like a good idea. This has been used as the plot of the villains or the source of cataclysm in a number of science fiction stories because of the catastrophic potential it had. And, like, not that science fiction stories are always representative of what can happen in reality. Obviously, they have to break some rules sometimes, but I'm just like, I don't know. There's certain things that we don't understand too well, and I just think that we should be a little bit more humble about the limits of our understanding and not heck around with things that we don't understand how to control. I just think that that's a wise idea because, well, you know, heck around and find out. Anyway, I think that's exactly what happened here in Lost River. I think that it's pretty likely that BCE also had a role because very clearly they were up to some sketchy stuff. You also don't think they made Flaw because Carmela's sign mentions a strange moose near the ghost town and the new fire tower has a list of sightings of some kind of ungulate. Yeah, that is interesting as well. So maybe, well, that said, I don't know if that would inherently be exclusive with the idea that they were responsible for Floppy Moose, because she could have been one of the warning signs that people were concerned about. Maybe? I don't know. I really don't know. You're genuinely sitting here lost. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's some interesting lore. Imagine if you could den in the mines. I came so close to doing a challenge in the mines. And in fact, it's not even that I came close. I've done it with Personal Wolves, a challenge of living in the mines. However, it is at its most fundamental level a challenge that does not work well for YouTube because you will be staring at a black screen for 90% of the playthrough, and unfortunately that's not very fun to watch, no matter how entertaining my commentary might be. So, it's a really fun challenge. It is one that I will probably never play on YouTube. And speaking of conspiracy theories, somewhere around here, there it is the conspiracy cabin out here in the woods. BCE made werewolves change my mind. Honestly, though, you never know. That would be wild. The newspaper mentions a wolfman a few times, and the hunting club, has one. Yeah, werewolves are canon in this, or at least some form of hoax werewolf. We don't know. I don't know. It's either a very interesting replica or it's real. I don't know if it's actually called that, and actually I hope that I don't get we don't get demonetized for that, because I know that there's been some controversy over using that word. I'm just using it in the sense of the game. That's literally what it is. There's an entire wall with string and images and everything on the inside. That's all that is. It's not that deep. But yeah, I call it that because that's, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. You can make a one-off podcast episode where the Mind's Den challenge is the background footage. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should make that like the next sub goal, is if we get to a certain amount, then I'll do like a den challenge. I don't know. I do want to do more sub goals again. I just didn't feel like they were working for the setup that we had, because it disincentivized people from subscribing if they didn't want to see us play on a higher difficulty. So I feel like using it as a voting system was not the world's best idea. It was interesting to experiment with, but you know, I want to try to find something that's more globally interesting, I guess. PC could have made Floppy. Maybe she escaped and made people wise up to what they're doing, but they definitely captured her before the evacuation for some reason. Yeah, it does seem like she has been contained. Yeah, the cabin is also full of interesting lore as well. Oh, that's fun. I have one save file that, is at this cabin where I filled the entire thing with probably more skulls and antlers than Pigeon herself had, and I felt kind of bad about it because I sent in a bug report from that save recently and realized retroactively that, oh, this is the Horde save. And I'm just sitting here wondering and hoping that the devs didn't open this up and go, what the actual heck, Jay? I feel like I probably have to give them some of those moments sometimes, considering stuff like also any of the bug reports sent during the Great Pronghorn events. I don't know. Sometimes I question how many times I've made the Horde devs just go, what the actual heck? Because most of the time I do try to play the game as it's intended to be played, but every once in a while I don't, and the results are always baffling whenever that happens. Oh yeah, Floppy could have been an interesting could have been a clone that didn't work out. That could be, yeah, because cloning technology is a thing that, yeah. That's another one of those things that I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this technology in the real world. I'm glad you're not the only one who decided to use the cabin of the skull antler item horde. It works too well. It just, you know, it fits. It fits really well. And if that poor soul who owned that cabin ever comes back to it, it would give them the fright of their life. I'm wondering if cloning was a possibility, the idea of remaking the world, cloning it. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that is an interesting point of evidence. I didn't think about it in that light. Yeah? And cloning, again, is like, you know, that's something that even I'm not too sure how I feel about. I think there's a lot about it that I'm not sure we understand. I don't know. It's from a purely scientific perspective, it is very interesting. On a fundamental level, it's, I don't know. We start scaring of with bones even worse without them. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, if you wanted to outdo the sheep, clone moose being one of our few surviving megafauna would do it. Yeah, yeah. So maybe that's what it is clone that didn't work out. Maybe that's the source of the mutant beavers too. Mutant beaver clones that went rogue. Perhaps. I don't know. I don't know. So I've just kind of been marking territory in a general area. There's some dens in this area. I don't know if they're dens we want to use, because I know there's also... There's one that's under a tree, I think, that's kind of over here. There's the den that's by the mountain, where Vixie is at. And there's one that's under, like, a, I forget what the name for that kind of structure is. It's like the house made out of sticks kind of a thing. There's one under that as well, and then there's, of course, the ones we found, the cabin, and then the one that's kind of by the geysers and stuff. Yeah, yeah. You really want some kind of spin-off about life in Lost Earth 4 is abandoned, some kind of thing about urban explorers trying to record footage for their podcast, etc. Just be like, what is happening? That moose has no bones, and the wolves have a bone pile in the cloud mouth. Pigeon is the reason that the research plane doesn't come to Lost River anymore. It, like, that's my personal headcanon, is that they showed up a few times, and we're just like... Nope, this is too weird. I'm out. I don't want to be involved in whatever is happening here anymore. This is not okay. And they left. And they never came back. And that's why, even with radio callers, they don't show up anymore. And the signal goes into Lost River, and they're just like, well, we're just gonna pretend that receiver fell off. We don't want to find whatever it's gonna lead to. Too cursed for science. Yeah. I think the Arcturus, my ranch wolf as well, is probably also in that category. I think his mate has a radio collar, if I'm not mistaken. But, and I'm sad because I realized, at least it did a while ago, I think they put a collider around the ranch. Because you used to be able to get into it, I think, but I think they changed the colliders. Because... At one point, when the gate was open because the cows were out, Arcturus just snuck in there and left the doll on the rancher's porch. So I feel like that probably also contributed as well. Hello, Evelyn. Oh, don't do that. No. Baby girl, I'm live. Do not bang the closet door right now. Evie, don't. Girl. Girl, what did I literally just say? Do you hear this? Come here. Come here. Son, you have literally never been allowed in that closet except when you've broken into it and you have your own closet, which is bigger. You do not need to be granted entrance. Come on. Come on. You're not going in there. Come on. Over here. I'll hold you if you behave yourself. But I'm live right now. All of live stream can hear. Here. Come on, you're not going in there. I'm so sorry for having this argument with my cat here. But she will continue to just slam the closet door if I don't stop. Come here. Good girl. Here. See how kitty. We're staying out of grabbing range. Come here. There she is. We got the girl. We got the girl. Yeah. If you sit and behave yourself, you can sit on my lap, but you can't bite me. Alright? That's gotta be the deal. Alright, we have Evelyn now. Evie does cause chaos. Yeah, I do talk to her like she's a small kid because that's the only way to reason with this cat. I think she understands to a degree what I'm saying because she acts like it. She's smart as heck. She's just also lazy as heck, and that's the only thing that's like actually interfered in her causing genuine mischief. Is she's smart enough to pull it off, but she's not motivated enough. Unhand me, mother. She will linger just out of grabbing range because she doesn't want to be pet. She wants me to follow her. She wants me to, because I have two closets in my bedroom, and when I first moved in here, also I'm gonna have these guys sleep, I think, because we're out of energy. When I first moved in here, I knew Evie liked closets. I was excited about having two closets because I only had one in the entire apartment that I was in last, and she wasn't allowed in it because it had to by default be the Evie is not allowed storage for anything I didn't want her getting into. So when I had two closets here, I was super excited because I know she loves closets and she could finally have her own, which she does. She has her own closet that is dedicated specifically to Evie things, and that is, you know, she sleeps in there. She has several shelves she can sit on. She has all of her care stuff in there, her litter box. She spends probably half her time in there when she's not out here hanging out with me. And so she has her own closet, but this, like a fool, I assumed that this would deter her from wanting to get into the other closets. No, she still wants to get into the other closets. She's not allowed in most of them. And yet she still stands at their doors and complains. Even though she's literally never been allowed in those closets except when she's snuck in there by herself when I wasn't looking. Sometimes when I was, she will, if I open this closet, the closet door that she was just pounding on right now, if I open that closet door, she will try to get into it, even if I'm standing right there. She will run past my legs and just dive into the back of the closet. So she's been in there, but not voluntarily. After seeing zombie beavers, you do believe the beaver theory, though. That is fair, that is fair. Yeah, I've had some recent beaver struggles as well. I want to find, like, a normal elk herd. I guess we'll try to follow the bull elk herd and see if there's a normal herd nearby. Because we need to eat. They're getting pretty hungry. They do take stamina to take down nearly a player, you know, who likes stacking stamina. Some of my wolves have had stamina not by my choice, just because that's a stat that they inherit, and I still have trouble with the beavers. They still sometimes manage to become a massive pain for no legitimate reason. So, I can't believe we did an entire series hunting beavers. I don't know how we pulled that off. Like, we very much did a series where the entire point was to survive off beavers as much as reasonably possible. It wasn't like a proper challenge, but it was when they first came out. Uh-oh. Lucky pack. I guess they are farther down in this direction. Ow, baby girl, you are digging all of your claws into my leg right now. I don't really appreciate that. How did you find the one spot to put your feet that hurts? Girl, how do you do this? How do you make yourself the stabbiest possible that you can ever hope to be? Every time you sit on my lap, how do you do this? I suffer. Where did these guys go? Oh, they curved off this way, okay. You need your mate more often as the principle of they're far too small to be so much better than me. I feel that. It's insult to injury, to be honest. It really just is. Oh, there's coyotes, looks like. Sometimes I can't tell the coyotes apart from the dogs at a glance. This herd is quite far away, apparently. Oh, there's dogs. The dogs are bigger than coyotes. It looks like. Everybody running. Go up this way. My gosh, you've got knives for toes. Have I found the dog yet? Not on camera. Some point we will. But I think I have very little control over when that happens. If we play here enough, it will. There's the actual sense for the normal elk herd, okay. But yeah, at some point I imagine. I do know what that's in reference to. It's a newer one, so I won't say it outright. But yeah, there is another extra little secret thing to find now. Ow. Fun. She sits down and she finds whatever patch of bear skin she can find, usually my shin. And she puts her paws on it. And at first she'll sit there with just her feet just flat. But then she'll go and she'll just dig in, and I'm like, why? Why do you do these things? Ow! You're not even sliding. Stop gripping. Why do you do this? Oh my goodness. He has little murder beans. And she will inevitably sit here. Oh, antler. She will inevitably sit here, by the way, until I move. And she'll stay in one spot, just like slumped as absolute dead weight, because she goes full liquid and just flomps when she's sleeping. She will stay like that until my leg falls asleep, and then the second that I move it more than a centimeter, she will get up and leave and act all offended, even though in reality I moved very, very little and did not disturb her all that much. And that will be the end of cuddle time. Evie loves stabbing. She really does. She really, truly does. Oh my goodness. Alright, well we got stranger wolves down here too somewhere. Why is it so hard to find an elk herd the second that I need them? We have been running for like 5 minutes just looking for an elk herd. We truly have. I want to like at least get through. Okay, we're in Lucky Pack territory now. Great. Love that. This will be fine. Sure, this could not possibly go wrong. Oh. Okay, it's also gnat season here. And I swear these things are just like freaking little mini hydras, because no matter how many of them I kill, and believe me, it is on site with them now. I don't normally like killing insects. I try to give a lot of them the benefit of the doubt and just catch and release. With these guys, it's on site because they will just like spontaneously generate in my house. As soon as one of them spawns in, it will find me no matter where I am, and it will fly directly into my face. Like it's inevitable, and no matter how many I kill, there's still more of them. and I swear I killed like well over 5 yesterday, maybe approaching 10, and another one just found its way into my bedroom and flew directly at my face. Why are the garnet and jasper herds walking together? They are, aren't they? Yeah, and then the paths are now kind of diverging. Oh, that was Lucky Pack as well, by the way, that scent. This is not ominous at all. Yeah, that's real interesting. I do not know. Whenever you're hungry enough to settle for mule deer, they lead you to the elk. Kind of messed up if they do it on purpose, but also a power move. One animal survives by being simply more annoying to catch than its competition. Yeah, I don't know what in the world. Where are we even going? I guess we're still kind of on the edge of our territory here. But like, look at, they've literally walked a path around the edge of our territory. Because why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they do that? Why wouldn't they just walk around beside our territory just out of reach? We've crossed now into, is this Templeton? No, this is Badlands. Oh, Badlands, that's different. I guess there's different packs on this one. Oh my goodness, alright. Oh, there's somewhere around here, there's also a den, apparently. Oh, the elk herd is very near. Den. Dirt den. Alright. I do want to, like, be thinking about where we should den, though, because we will probably try to finish out. I think, where are we at in our quest? We need one more territory and one more den. But we can finish the dens if we need to. Alright. Oh, there's the elk, finally. Can you show the dens on... Oh, yeah, let me turn those on for you guys. So these are the ones that we found. There's more in this area. I swear there are. We just haven't run across them yet. But yeah, if you guys know what dens are in the area, or you have a preference, those are pronghorn. What are you doing here? What is happening? Oh, goodness. Someone ate dirt. Oop, you want me to eat? You're gonna get ate. You are actually not that weak, though. Let's see. Oh, they're turning around. Another one of them falls. I'll probably go for her, but yeah, it is pretty funny when they fall. Like, rip, but also, it do be helpful, though. Oh, this one is falling down, taking a bit of a hit. Oh, this one's down. We don't have the stamina, though. What is Ezra's stamina? It's just at 0 right now. Alright, let's let that go back up. Right, he doesn't hunt elk that often, does he? He mostly hunts the cattle ranch. Yeah, it's unfortunate for them, but very fortunate for us. Ooh, you took a spill. You're also not— why is everyone who's falling still at, like, full health? What the heck? What's wrong with you? Oh. Ow! You're still— why? Why, though? But why, though? Oh. Whoa! What is happening here? What is happening? Is this an entirely different herd? Am I going insane? What just happened? What just happened? Did they just spawn in on top of us? I couldn't tell if we just crested the hill because I was laser focused on this. I can't tell if we just crested the hill and then they were there, or if that they just spawned in on top of us. Also, I swear that pigeon has brought down an elk in, like, this exact same spot. Like, I swear she's killed an elk, like, right here. I think it was a different herd. They look like they were laying down. Yeah! Any weird bug or thing or bug that happens in Lost River is canon, but by the way, there's a section of the gold herd that is the most ominous freaking thing, because every once in a while they'll spawn, like, right in the ghost town, but some of them will get split off and they'll just run straight down the center of the ghost town. I've seen it multiple times. I don't know if it still happens. It was pretty early on in the release, but it was the most ominous freaking thing when it would happen. It happened to Arcturus a couple of times. It was incredibly spooky. Yeah, ghost elk for real, though. Hi, Evie. Were you just sad? You just needed cuddles. You just needed love. Oh, yeah, you clipped it. Thank you for clipping it, right? Oh my gosh. Thank goodness for Twitch clips to confirm that what I'm seeing is actually as insane as it appeared. That I'm not just imagining that. Like, I cannot emphasize enough, I was staring intently just at that one specific— hi, Wilbur— at that one specific elk, so I wasn't paying a whole ton of attention to what was going on around me, and then suddenly there were a whole lot more elk than there were previously, and I was just like, what? Your first time smelling the gold herd was when one of the recent updates came out and you really thought you were going to find an actual golden elk. I don't know why. They should do that as an Easter egg, where every once in a while one of the elk will actually be golden. They wouldn't do that. It's not realistic, but it would be interesting. Why are we so far away? How did we get over here? Why is there a moose? So many questions that don't have answers. Gonna head back to where we're supposed to be. I'm gonna get jumped by stranger wolves on the way too, for sure. Alright. I didn't realize that Twitch puts, like, an auto-generated word sequence in its clips, apparently. But popular tenacious caribou stone lightning sure is a phrase of word or string of words that I never expected to hear in sequence. Yeah, that is fair. I think there's merit to both. And I have liked some of the sillier, not as realistic things WolfQuest has done, like making the bull elk have glowing Rudolph noses at Christmas time. That was pretty funny, but, you know, yeah. I respect that they want to keep things realistic. It's just every once in a while, like, I'm sorry, but it would be so freaking fun to sword fight with the antlers. I would love that if we could do that. And I have to live with the fact that we're not going to be able to, because I don't think they would add something like that. But it would be so fun, though. But yeah, genuinely, for as much as I laugh about silly things like this, WolfQuest does have very, very good game design, and overall I really respect their design philosophy. And they've done a really good job of striking a balance between making a game that's fun to play while still keeping realistic elements in it. It definitely is. They do a very good job with their game design. Oh, baby girl. She is just chilling. How much farther? Goodness sakes. Yeah, they very much have set the bar for animal simulation. You're absolutely right. I still think that they have pretty much created the gold standard for, like, real-time animal simulators. They truly, like, I have a lot of respect for their approach to it, because it's not easy. Like, when you look at wolves and how much of the day they spend sleeping, how do you make that into a workable game mechanic without making it boring as heck? Well, they did a good job of it with making the sleep meter still give you a very reasonable amount of time to be able to run around and play, and still implementing some effects for not attending to it, but also not making it so that you just have to lay around doing nothing. You know, you sleep, time passes more quickly, it works out. As we're running face first every tree in the woods. Oh my goodness. I remember being curious about the collision in the old game. I was like, wait a minute, can you hit the trees? What happens if you hit a tree? And then immediately doing it and bouncing off. I don't know why that was such a core memory for me, but it was funny. Hello, welcome to the stream. We are heading back now. I would like to finish this out. I don't know, it might be... At this point, it might be easier to go to find a den and then start off the next episode with that. Honestly, because we're kind of coming up on the end of the runtime here. The hunt took us way farther. Like, you can see, there's that one random hex and then the carcass marker. That took us so much longer than it reasonably needed to. Like, we were hungry, we had to do it. But holy smokes. Wait, what is... Oh, wait, what? Huh. Never seen this before. Well, that's funny. I was like, what in the world? I thought it was like a sculpture of an eagle at first. There's a small version of that? Wait, there's a bigger one? Oh my goodness. Oh no, yeah, Twitch sometimes is a pain about the notifications a little bit. By the way, next time we have technical difficulties, hopefully, there will at least be more fun surprise to do with them. A lot of them around the map, the statues, there's a dog one and a creepy old man face now. What? There's a what? I thought the werewolf one was new, but it's been there forever apparently. Oh, that one I have seen. That's the one at the, heck. The rendezvous site near the mine, I think. Oh, Gail has a hair. When did you grab that? Okay, then. The frog one freaks you out because you have major phobia of them in real life. Oh no! She didn't even eat the whole thing! Ma'am? I guess she was just that tiny bit hungry. Okay then. Oh my goodness. Oh, maybe I have seen that. Maybe I have seen that picture then didn't remember it. Hunting for sport. Yeah, I guess so. Oh my goodness. Oh, I was so happy the other day because Evie finally actually started trying to hunt and eat an insect, and it was one of the dang gnats that have been harassing me. And I was so happy, but the poor girl was having such a time of it because it was too small for her to eat, so she just kept licking the carpet and then being sad that she hadn't actually gotten it. The one time I've actually seen her try to eat the insect she's chasing, and she didn't even succeed, unfortunately. I hope that hasn't put her off it too much in the future, though, because I really wish, with some of the things that she finds, I really wish she would help actually take care of them instead of just following them around going, ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, if the character bios are not saving, then definitely make sure to report that, because that should not be happening. Yeah, as always too, I think we're not in public beta anymore, we came into an actual update now, I'm pretty sure, but you can always press F11 and that'll bring up the reporter, so if you're having an issue, definitely make sure to send that in so that it can get investigated. Because sometimes things go a little bit funky. I think it's also incredibly smart of WolfQuest to put in that auto bug reporter that you can open from in-game, because, like, holy smokes. I miss it in other games that don't have that. I'm like, no, but I want to send in a bug report. There's no automatic reporter. Where do I send the bugs? But yeah, that's fair. Well, hopefully they'll be able to figure out what's going on and, figure out what the cause of it is. I'm just gonna mark this one more territory and get us into the Find a Den season, but I think we'll end up doing that at the start of the next episode because it is gotten pretty late here, and I think we'll probably end up wrapping up. So be thinking about what den we want to go to and what we want to name it, because we'll open that up next time. I'll probably do the vote in the sub server this time just so that we can start off with where we want to go. So again, if you are interested in getting in on that, this is a good month to do it because Twitch is running their September event where they have a discount on subscriptions, and of course Amazon Prime is a thing, so if you have Amazon Prime you get one free Twitch sub a month, and you can use that to get the benefits of subscribing to a channel. And the supporter Discord is open to all members on YouTube, all subscribers on Twitch, and all patrons on the Patreon, provided you're over the age of 13. We do a lot of cool things like discussing traits for the pups, just chatting in general. When I run the community events, they run in that Discord. And when I have a particular thing that I need an opinion on, oftentimes that is where I will ask for that opinion. So when we pick starting territory configurations and such, no matter what map we want to— don't bite me. What map we want to be on, then that is where that all happens. And this is a good month to get in on that because there is a discount on Twitch. But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and do that here. We should be able to just go to quest, reveal one den, and then we are the Lost Fog pack that Rain mentioned earlier. So we'll go ahead and progress to choose a den, but we will be leaving this off here because it has gotten to be about that time again. Quest already has a lot of biting discussion. Evie's just staying on topic by biting. She's like, pet me. Cuddle me. Okay, stop. And she says stop with her teeth. I'm like, girl, why are you like this? Oh my goodness. Oh my word. I can't believe your cat wanted her paw washed after she killed something with it. That's so funny. Cats are such silly little beasts sometimes. But indeed, we will come back and choose the den next time. We'll go ahead and leave this off here for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for joining us in stream, or if you're watching on YouTube, thank you as well. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe, and to drop a follow at twitch.tv/JZX535 so that you can see when we're next going live and have the chance to weigh in on things like this and participate in real time, because we will be naming pups soon too. That might be next episode. If we do finding a den right away, we may name pups by the end of the episode. So we'll see. It'll either be next episode or the episode after that. But we're gonna go ahead and leave this off here, and so I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay. Over and out.